Hello and thank you for joining us today here at the Bramble Patch. As some of you are probably aware, the Bramble Patch support the Alzheimer's Society, and this is the charity that we try to raise money for and make donations towards. Hanging behind me you'll see a quilt. The Bramble Patch design a quilt, a hand-piece quilt, every year, and people donate to the Thanks Just Giving page for the donation, and then every week a pattern is sent out to them. The 2020 quilt is hanging behind me, and here you can see it. And this one is called
Heartful of Memories.
Heartful of Memories. We now have the full pattern for sale with the donation still to go towards the charity. So as you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's a lovely quilt. And to know that a donation is going towards such a worthwhile society, I think is really good. There's a new quilt being designed, ready for next year, called Reflections. So if you'd like to look on the website, you will find some details of how you can join on the giving page. So thank you for that. So today we are going to look at a new ruler that I've been wanting to use for a long time. We have now got it in stock at the Bramble Patch. It is called a Scrap Crazy 6-inch ruler. It is by Creative Grids, but don't think it's anything like the 8-inch that I've already worked with you. That is a brilliant ruler, and I've made a lot of things with it. This you can get a lot out of, and I took one home to play with and got slightly addicted. So don't just think you can just do the Scrap Crazy. I've done quite a few samples here, and there are lots more shapes and designs that you can actually get from this ruler. So first of all, this is one piece that I did, which is just 6 blocks made up of the Scrap Crazy blocks. And I'm hoping if I lay it down here, you can see it. And these really were scraps of fabric. So that is just 6 blocks that I put together. And that is the actual individual block. So I'll just pop that to one side. Thank you, Alicia. The ruler actually has, well, the kit actually has 4 rulers in it, but you can actually get 5 cuts out of it because it has this ruler in it, which is actually a 60-degree triangle, which is really, really handy. But not only is it the 60-degree angle in this size, it also has a black line along it, so you can get another size out of it as well. In fact, you could use the grid on it to get any of those measurements to actually get a 60-degree triangle. So first of all, I'm going to show you a few of the designs that I've managed to achieve using these 4 rulers. So to start off with, this is the coloured block that I've made up. And that is just the Scrap Crazy design. What I'd like to share with you is a few of the other designs that I've achieved using the ruler. So, first of all, we take a look at this one. It's very much like a spinning star. If I lay it down here, I'm hoping that you can see that quite nicely. So again, really, really easy to make. So I'm just going to show you how you actually construct the block. So to start off with, all you've got are 4 pieces, like so. And what you need to do is you sew these 2 together and these 2 together. Now, The ruler being Creative Grids is very, very well thought out, because all you need to do, you've got the corners just nipped off to the edge of the ruler. So in actual fact, all you've got to do is just put those together and sew straight the way down. Really, really simple. So once you have sewn these together, so this is your A ruler, your B ruler, your C and your D. So you will sew A to B, C to D, and then you will just join those together to make that block. And they come out perfect. They're really, really good. So that is how you construct the block. So if, for instance, you would like to do the star that I've just shown you, all you need to do, if I just lay these here, I'm hoping by doing it this way, you're going to be able to see how easy it is. So this is the star that we're talking about, and that's made up of 4 blocks. So to make that block, all we need to do is replace the B ruler with a different fabric, which would give us this. 4 of those sewn together will give you this design, like so. Okay, so that's that block. I'm just going to set that aside again, and I'm going to show you another one. Now this one looks very simple, and they're all very, very simple, but given the fact that you can use different fabrics, can be very effective. So that one just is a small one in the center. Okay, so that block, all you need to do is replace the D with a colour, which becomes that one. 4 of those together will give you this. So then I thought, what would happen if I actually combined those 2? So if I was to combine the 2 blocks that I've just shown you, you'd actually get this effect. So we've now got colours in the corner as well. So if I was then to make other blocks the same, you then get a secondary design in the centre. And obviously then, if we carry on joining more blocks, you'll get these colours in all of the corners as you join them up. And they all just fit together. There's no seam matching or anything. The only seams you've got to join or match is actually the centre of the block. It doesn't matter which way you press your seams, because you're not matching anything up at all. Okay, so that one is those 2 combined, which would be that one and that one. And that's what would make that particular design. So if we take those out again, and we change yet another one of those, we can make this design. And to achieve that design, all you need to do is change the triangle, which is this one. which gives you that block. So 4 of those together can give you that one. And bear in mind, I've used the background fabric I've got here is just the offcut of a 108-inch wide off the bottom of a quilt that I had done on our long arm machine here. But you can use different fabrics. You might use a colour palette, but just have lots of different scraps of greys or pinks, whatever you want to. And trust me, they work. The reason I did it this way is because of the cameras. I thought it would pick up the design better with me using a lighter shade. Okay, so then I thought, let's see if we can get anything else out of it. So this time, what I've done, also when you're doing any of the designs I've just shown you, the fabric needs to be having the right side facing up. So wrong side to the cutting mat when you're cutting. And if you're cutting out of a fat quarter or something, do not have it folded, because you're going to get mirror images and then they won't fit together. You've got to remember, if somebody was to actually put a press to cut a jigsaw, they wouldn't have everything upside down. Everything needs to be facing the right way up. Okay, so that's how we actually achieve those particular designs. So what I'm going to do now is move on to something slightly different. So this one doesn't finish up as a 6-inch square. This one is actually this design, which I thought was rather nice. And I was going to put them next to each other. But then when I started laying them out, I actually realised that this would make an absolutely gorgeous border. How good would that look down the side of a panel maybe, or on the edging of a quilt? Very, very effective. As you can see, if I just pull that through, it's actually really, really nice and very, very simple to make. So I've got another one here. I'm just going to show you. Now, to make that particular block, we cut in a slightly different way. I'm going to show you this one first. This one is exactly the same block, but I've put them side by side and I've alternated the colours, which I think actually looks really good. So the way we achieve this, we're going to use the triangle that has the line on the E. If I place this on here, you will see that that fits on there beautifully. So all I've done with this is I've cut a strip wide enough, and as I've gone along, I've turned it around and just alternated it, or just cut it out of a scrap. And that's what I did, because all these are scraps. Okay, so how you make that one is, this is the one where we do actually need reflections. So we need, if I can find my one, here we go. This is the little sample I've done. So you can see from this, this is a B shape, and so is this one. But this one is a mirror image. So if you had the fabric folded wrong sides to wrong sides, you'd actually get mirror images of that one. Okay. This one is just the regular triangle here. And this one is the small triangle. So all we need to have to make that one would be the triangle, one B shape, second one, and that would go in the middle. And I have, oops, I did have, here we go. Move those over. You can see, you sew these two together and these two together, and once they're joined, you'll get the shape that you need. And then all I've done, I've joined them together in strips going across, and then join them together down the centre. And I actually think that is really effective. I'm hoping you can see that. Which way around. Again, a really nice way of using your scrap sew. In actual fact, Claire's two children, my two grandsons, Sebastian and Oscar, they have both seen this and fallen in love with it, because boys, gentlemen, they seem to like geometric shapes. My husband and my other two sons, they rather like this. I think something about the straight lines, but it was really fun to do. So that was another one that I did. Now, I'm coming to the one now that is Alicia's favourite. She's quite taken with this, and I got in trouble for only making the small size. So I decided to play around a little bit more and thought, how about if we use this little D shape? So this is the tiny one, okay? So this is another one where we actually need mirror images. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and lay this, position this so that you can see it, and lay this out so you can see how it literally grows. I've just got to, hang on, I've got to work out which way it goes. That's it. I really, really enjoy playing with this, as you can probably tell. There's my pattern ones. And it goes there. And that one goes there. 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 And I have to add that one the right way up, mightn't it? There we go. Okay, so that doesn't actually look very much as it is. But once you've sewn these together, you get this block, okay? So there's different ways of sewing this together, and I've played with both. So I personally prefer to sew these two and these two and then join them. So I've got them in long strips, like so. Or if you prefer, you can sew them. So you would need to sew them like this and then join them. Either way round, you finish up with exactly the same block, okay? So when you start to join those together, you get this rather nice design, like so. I'm hoping you can see those hexagons. So then I thought, surely this is another hexagon appearing here. So I made another row. And there you can see some more appearing. So if I lay this on here, I'm hoping you can see I've got the patterned hexagons along here, and these are just scraps of grunge that I've used here. These fabrics are leftovers from the first mystery quilt I did with Bramble Patch in 2015. Fond memories when I got these out, actually, because I pieced this in some really nice places, including Italy and Venice. So again, really utilising the scraps and what you can actually achieve with it. But the reason Alicia wasn't happy with me, well, I'm not saying she wasn't happy with me, but she just encouraged me, the fact that she would have liked me to have made it with the large one, because these are exactly the same shape, just different sizes. So this one is a smaller one, and here I've got the larger one. So in actual fact, you can make some really large hexagons. So this is opening up a whole new load of possibilities of actually what I can get up to, because I do try to design a whole quilt using one ruler, making all of the different designs from it. So my head's quite buzzing at the moment because of the possibilities of what I can actually get up to with this ruler. So that is just a few of the designs that you can actually achieve with this ruler. And I cannot tell you, I did get a little bit carried away. I was only actually supposed to do 3, but I had such fun with it. I've come in and shown the girls today, and they were very, very impressed with what you could do with just 4 small templates. Okay, so this, like I say, is the 6-inch Scrap Crazy ruler, but you can get so much more out of it. And the great thing is, you don't have to buy vast meterage to be able to do it. So that brings us to the end of me showing you this. However, we are going to be launching 12 Days of Stitchmas. So this starts on the 1st to the 12th of December. And day 4 is going to be this fabulous ruler. Okay. I've also got a little bit carried as well because I've actually made some little cushion covers. And the fabric that I've used to make these with is from the Jane Austen range. And the fabric is going to be available on day 5 of the 12 Days of Stitchmas. And it's going to be for a cushion kit. So this is one little cushion I made, as you can see. These are 16-inch cushions. That's one. I think this one's rather pretty. And again, so simple. This one looks completely different to everything else. There's another one. And I thought, since I got the fabric to make those were the 3 that they actually wanted me to make. But I had some little bits of fabric left over, so I actually did a little Scrap Crazy as well out of the remaining fabric that I had left. So the 12 Days of Stitchmas starts on the 1st through until the 12th. Details will be available online. The ruler will be available as day 4. The fabric cushion kit will be available on day 5. We do have the rulers in stock now. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed using those. I spent way more time than I was supposed to, but I don't care. I just loved it. And I will carry on and explore more options and more designs that you can actually do. I think it's a fabulous ruler. It'd make a brilliant gift, even if it's yourself you're treating, or a friend or relative that enjoys patchwork, that might have a little bit of a stash they want to use up. So thank you for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the ruler and hopefully be inspired that if you do treat yourself, just play with it and get as much out of it as you possibly can. So thank you for now. Bye-bye and see you again very soon. Thank you.